Welcome back everyone to KC3D Sparks. I'm excited to start showing you how to do a hollowed out tree stump that we can do for some sort of campaign as either a hideout for some loot or a trap or just some sort of element that you can put into your game. It's even just decoration, who knows. Whatever you need it for. So I'm starting with the basic layout here. So basically, I'm going to get rid of this. We don't need that. I'm going to Shift A and add in a circle. And we're not going to fill it in because I am going to extrude up and just make kind of like the cylinder part first. But I am going to shape this out. So usually I'll put down the vertices to a much lower number, like you've seen in the previous videos, but for now, I'm going to leave this number at 32. So let's just go straight into edit mode. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to change the scene to inches first. Let me fix that real quick before I get too into it and then my dimensions get all wrong. That would be really bad. Okay, perfect. There's that, and then I want to fix the grid. Perfect. Awesome. So now 4 squares per inch. Okay, back into edit mode with tab. So right now I'm going to hit 7 to look at the top view, and I'm going to change this circle to be a little bit more organic, have some dimension for our tree trunk. So this is kind of freeform. You can pretty much do what you want with it. Definitely not really structured here. Just kind of going in and adding some dimension. I haven't really messed around with this too much, so I'll probably speed through this until I get something that I'm happy with, and I'll be right back. Alright, that's good enough, I guess. Kind of see how it looks when we extrude it up. Like I said, I haven't done this before, so we're just gonna see how it turns out. But do this way. That could be interesting. You want it somewhat dramatic because once you print it out, it's gonna lose some of those sharp edges anyway. So having it more dramatic can be okay. It just depends on the precision of your printer. Make it at a little bit of an angle. Size the bottom up a little bit. Yeah, so let's extrude again. Bring it up. I'm gonna size it in just a smidge. Cool. I will add a subdivision surface modifier later, but for now I want to model just kind of simply so that way we can get a basic idea of what our tree trunk's going to look like, since I didn't do like a sketch or anything of a detailed tree trunk. We're just kind of doing a free form here, so feel free to follow along, or you can just watch with me and then come up with your own ideas later. This is not as much of a tutorial as my last ones were. This is more of just kind of a learn with me kind of modeling experience. So I'm going to bring that up again, size it down. I don't want it too tall though, because what do we have here? So that'd be 2.5 inches. How tall are you? Oh, it's only, yeah, not that tall. Okay, so I wouldn't mind it being somewhat tall since it could be some sort of storage or It could be a hidden entranceway or something. But 2 inches is definitely going to be my max. Probably 1.5 actually should be my max height, because that's pretty big. You don't want it to be too expensive. So this isn't too bad of a height. Probably just leave it here. Maybe size it in a little bit. Oops. So yeah, that looks better. Yeah, I like that better. Cool. So I want to add some limbs that come out of it, but I also want to make sure I have a space where I can take in like a hollowed out portion. So maybe, I don't want to do that. Where's the front actually? That'll work. So yeah, I'm just going to hit camera view 1, and we're going to end up cutting a hole out here. We're not so much cutting a hole with Boolean or anything. I will model it into it, so that way it's not as choppy of a geometry. Alright, this isn't quite done yet, obviously. I want to change it up some, but I am going to go ahead and add the solidify modifier. That is going to give me the thickness, so that way when it's printing for Shapeways, it won't be this one layer. Usually, you've seen in my previous videos, I just add the thickness myself with another layer of mesh, but since I kind of want to just see it while I'm modeling, I'm going to go ahead and just add the solidify modifier. I don't know if I'm going to add it or not later on, but I thought I might as well try it for now. So I'm somewhat, at least thick enough to print, obviously, but I like that's plenty thick enough for now, at least just to see how it's going to be. Awesome. So that way, whenever I move stuff, the modifier moves with it. So that's like the coolest part about it, is you don't have to deal with 2 layers that print, 2 layers that move when you're moving the vertexes, that is. Sorry. So, but I'm gonna go ahead, go back to speeding through, and I'll see you soon. Awesome. Okay, that's probably good enough for now. I might go back and add a little bit more detail later, but I think that's a big enough like hollowed out hole for like an empty tree trunk that looks like you could stash a bag or maybe a secret lever or something like that inside of it. I think that's pretty cool. So I want to go back and add in a couple broken off branches on the bottom. Obviously I don't want to do too many since this is probably kind of a big tree trunk. Usually the tree branches would be up higher, so shouldn't be anything too drastic. Just a couple to make it look cooler. Definitely not on this ring down here, but maybe, you know, around these 2 sections, probably more up here. But again, I'm kind of just doing this freeform. Do what you will with your version. But again, I'm going to go ahead and speed through this, and we'll see what it looks like when I'm done. Awesome. Alright, so I added those three. I added those three details to it, or three branches that were kind of cut off. So now, pretty much all I'm gonna do for this one, really super simplistic, just an idea for something that you could try on model, where it's not like you have a sketch that you're trying to follow. If you're more interested in trying to do that freeform, this is a great way to try and do that, because I mean, trees are very organic in shape typically, so it's pretty easy to try and mimic one just from your own memory type of deal. So I will go ahead, I'm going to add a thickness to it really quickly. And then I get to connect all of these. Cool, so quick tip, if you hit bridge, bridge will actually fill in all those spaces for you, so you don't have to do it individually. Makes it much nicer, because that, what was it, like 36 vertices we started out with? That would be way too many to do individually. I mean, you could do it, it would just take a bit of time, and it's a lot easier to do that way. So let me sharpen this real quick. Awesome, and I'll leave that fade in. However, it might not be thick enough, so I am going to add another edge loop really quickly. Cool, so it's nice and smooth going in. And actually, I am just going to go ahead and sharpen this edge since it's the bottom. Except for this part, because we do want to keep that nice and smooth. So I am going to unsharpen. Oh my goodness. I'm going to unsharpen this edge. Just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. So yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't the most organized. I want it to be more freeform, so that way you are able to just kind of go in, do more what you want with it for a little bit more practice, and just as an idea of another thing that you could make for your game or whatever you need it tree trunk for, or just as practice. You don't need to use this if you don't want to. But again, yeah, let me know what you think of it in the comments. Let me know if there's other ways that you prefer to do this kind of organic modeling. I know some people probably would have preferred to use the sculpture feature for some of these lines and everything. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think. I look forward to hearing from you, and please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. See you next time.